Yeah.
announcement here.
Well, my Heat also had Sam Tashima and Ed Sheeran in it, so we were the Heat yesterday was covering that too. All right, so our matchup is going to be Kyle Krueger against Greg Shaw for round five. They are not playing yet. Um, they have not started yet. Okay, so to my viewers, what I've been doing for my promo pack giveaway is before they actually get started, you got to choose the winner. So pick whichever of those players you think is going to win, and whoever picks more winners over the course of the stream is going to get my pack giveaway. The promo virtual card pack. So far, Solid Snake's up by has the only guess, and it was correct. So he called Chris Kelly to win last round. Um, okay, so Grant, let's see here. Kyle Kruger is going to be on dark against Greg Shaw on light. Let me see. Just did I miss them? No, they do not appear to be playing right now.
Have you been streaming all of Heat 3, Justin?
No, I only started about 4 hours ago. So I've only done round three and four so far of that. Okay. Solid Snake's calling Greg Shaw. I will give a verbal cutoff in the chat, in the stream, and call your answers in the Twitch. But because last one, we at least got to see the matchup first. I'll grant letting you see the matchup first. I wonder where they are. Uh, Shaw. Uh, he's in the thing. Are they? Where are they? uh, well, it's going to be a lot less exciting if we don't have an actual game to watch. But um, let's see. Yeah, we were talking a little. We talked a little bit at the end of the stream last round when I was watching one of the other heats that the deck breakdown was pretty uniform across heats one and two. They had it was mostly Hunt down V and Hitco. Aha, there they are.
That's what
Um,
I.
but Heat 3 actually had a different breakdown. So Hunt Down V was still the most popular dark side, but it was five of them and four Shadow Collective decks. Um, and on the other hand, on the light side, there were five Hitco decks, but there are 10 Legend decks playing in Heat 3. So let's
Okay.
see what we got. So we got Kyle Krueger on Set Your Course for Alderaan against Shaw's Legend. Um,
Shaw play his legend a few times, but I'm not. Does anything change with set 13 cards?
uh,
I guess transport is a good one, right?
sorry, which card?
With transport,
I still didn't hear.
Leia's resistance transport.
Oh yes, yes. Leia's resistance transport, I would agree, is probably the biggest add. Um, you do have to play really carefully to make sure that you actually get to pull Vice Admiral Holdo with it. But as long as you can make all that work, uh, then yeah, I like that card a lot. Um, so both of these players are 3-1. So the winner of this will make it through to day two. And then the loser will still have a chance to win the next round to make it through as well. Um, so we've got looks like a starfighter based. So we got combat response, quat drive yards, and something special planned for them. Um, starting up prepared defenses. So Kyle's not doing the like just the operationals, plan V, any of that stuff. Um, not messing around with commits primary ignition or anything like that. He started the Jeddah battleground, so it seems like he's just going to be using it as an activation platform. We're
Yeah,
also
you could throw Krennic in there if you wanted to do like the 7 side stuff, but I think you'll take a few extra cards for that.
yeah, like he could be running the Krennic just as like force pile pulling. But like he can't even do the 7 side stuff. I don't think because I think you need Inkling, an Inkling
Yeah.
with destructive power to flip. Um, but he is going right for it to set up early damage. I like that plan a lot against Legend.
Yeah, I mean that early pressure is hard for light side, and he can set up his activation too with the Mustafar. Um, the Saber one for 4 forces is really efficient.
Yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, the set course for Alderaan package is also just really versatile because like we've got the comet response to set up the space, and then like it's possible that he's running Vader and Vader's tie, but it's just as possible that he's running like some kind of EPP ground package or something like that. My guess would be Vader and Vader's tie, and then like EPP malls and stuff on the ground or whatever. But that's just my impression.
But he's got 16 fours coming next turn.
Yeah, yeah. Plus probably, well, maybe one more, depending
Yeah.
on what Shaw plays out here. Probably not, I guess. He's probably not going to play the Jakku system until he's ready to go there. But yeah, like I like the early pressure against Legend in particular is really important because Legend is really mostly committed to doing their setup on turn one. Like it's really hard for them to actually like get the Octosite and get Luke and then also interact with you on turn one.
Did Shaw pull just a one Leia so far?
Uh, David, sorry, I will get your I'll get your pick of Kyle for this win. Um, sorry to answer your question, let me see here. He used strike planning to pull Leia, but I think he has only done that yeah, he only did that the one time, I think.
Yep, that's what I'm saying too.
Yeah, he did get the Falcon with all wings combo, which was grabbed immediately by the something special plan for them. Um, that one certainly suggests to me that it's a very space heavy deck on Kyle's side. I mean, like the combat response in Quad Drivers kind of lean that way anyway, but um, yeah, wanting to have grabbed your opponent's all wings combo kind of says a lot there. Um, yeah, Ryan, I have not seen anybody playing the Wakilmui ties decks yet, um, but it's possible.
Milwaukee type.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is I think Steve Salucci took like a sector course ties um to one of the majors a few years ago, and I think he was actually pretty successful with it. So yeah, it's definitely a good space platform.
yeah. I mean, I think it's particularly good right now because your your matchup against Hitco is just like I think pretty good, right? Like if you can find like dreaded Imperial Starfleet, you can just stop them from doing any damage.
Right.
Sounds like so somebody played the ties deck yesterday. Um, Oh no, is that the deck that Kendall played 12 card Throne Room again? That's like the worst matchup that you could possibly have as 12 card Throne Room. That's like a deck that's like a million TIE fighters in space. Yeah, that's.
What was the tie they used for a non-unique? Was it interceptors?
uh, I don't. My assumption would be interceptors. I don't know. I'm only just learning about this from the chat. So, um,
Okay.
my guess would be interceptors, but I am not 100% sure.
Yeah, interceptors.
Yeah, Kendall lost by one.
I have to find that game.
Kendall, I remember, told me about that. He mentioned that had happened somewhere, so it's going to be in one of the replays. I guess that's the other thing too. Is and if anyone's curious, part of the reason I'm ending the chat or ending the stream between rounds is so that it can easily be posted back to YouTube. There's going to be a ton of coverage of this weekend in case you missed any of it. Like I know I didn't get to watch any during my heat, and I didn't watch any before because my heat started at 8 in the morning for me, so I wasn't up watching Star Wars before that. So any of the coverage that happened yesterday, I didn't see. So I don't know how keen I am to watch the commentators explain how badly I played against Stubley and Joe, but
It looks like Shaw's the top deck to a Chewy here.
mm, not the biggest loss in the world because I assume there's just not that much fighting that's going to happen on the ground.
And Kashyyyk looks pretty solid for Kyle here.
Yes. Shaw lost a sense into Chewy from reserve. Now the tricky thing here is, and this is something that I've seen a little bit because some of my teammates were testing Legend to try to play it this weekend, even though none of us ended up actually doing so. Um, is that against a deck like this, Legend has to find a spot to have a battle, because if they don't do that, it's actually very difficult to flip, and if they don't flip, it's hard for them to do damage. Yeah, Yoshi, that's exactly what I was getting there. I was slow, but you need the flip side in order to have your drain bonuses. Otherwise, like all your stuff is drain ones. So, but yeah, as you were saying, since Kashyyyk is pretty locked up, that's good. That's a tough one to fight into.
Yep, for sure. Especially with the Boba just pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't even assume that like gold leader and gold one and two resistance characters to like stop them from drawing destiny is gonna work because he can just swap for a short range combo.
Okay, there's the second pull with General Leia.
Yeah. BB-8 and Rose can mitigate short-term if he satisfies card. That's true. That's true, Yoshi. And I think like the biggest like stacking up a site so that you can do some steady damage is reasonable. And then like I think what he's probably going to need to do is try to get Kyle to spread and just like get himself to where there's one place where he's slightly weaker, just enough to be able to attack, and then just like drop like Falcon, Solo, Poe, whatever, like just drop his whole space fleet from hand.
Does Shaw give Kyle Jakku here? I don't think he would put that on the table, right?
Um,
Or at least not
no,
yet.
no, I would say probably not. The only reason that I would see to do it is if you play it and then just play a couple of capital ships there to. Oh, okay. Well, he's gonna just prove us completely wrong. That's fine. Like I could see doing it and then like putting a bunch of capital ships there just so that you're not vulnerable to like him dropping tie cannons on you. Yeah, Ryan. I don't know if he still runs the Tanev. If he does, that would be great. I will say that I have seen a number. So one of the things I was saying at the beginning here, there are 10 legend decks in this heat. versus 5 Hitco, which is the reverse or even more so of what was in the last two, in the two heats yesterday. And I know one of them that we were watching before, I don't think it was Greg, had Tantive and Bale Organa. Um, so it's very possible that there's a lot more space in these decks than there used to be.
Looks like Greg's setting himself up pretty good here.
Yeah. He's also done like the ideal split where Finn can protect both locations.
Right.
General Leia gets swapped back to pick up Vice Admiral Holdo.
Yeah, I do like the addition of Jeddah City into what set was that? Set 9 as an alternate to Alderaan. You know, it gives
Oh,
you
yeah.
Stark's another icon, but you know that's a battleground that they have to defend where they have to take battle damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a pretty solid turn here for Greg.
Yeah, I found the Menace Fades immediately, which is huge. I mean, Menace Fades to me is like the biggest reason to be playing Legend right now. Um, Particularly because Hitco, or not Hitco, sorry, Hunt Down V in particular just is so dependent on its Force Strain bonuses to do a lot of damage. Um, that like being able to turn them off just makes such a huge difference. And Legend is very capable of stacking up a site and holding a battleground site, even against Hunt Down they can. So man,
All
Ray,
right, what's in Kyle's hand here?
yeah, we'll see what Kyle's got back. 18 force is a lot to work with. So
Yep. 23 to drain for 1. I guess he can afford it, but
yeah, I mean, so um, Sam is saying in chat that Hunt Down V can sit in front of Jakku to turn off Menace Fades. That's true to a point. The trouble is that um, like Hunt Down V. So a lot of the Hunt Down Vs that I've been seeing are like Imperial Enforcement based. So they lean on personal shuttle and like Mara and ship. The the trouble though being that like Emperor's personal shuttle is pretty terrible against Legend because you cap their immunity. I was like, well, I get to draw a bunch of Battle Destiny as long as you don't have Holdo and a Rebel leadership, and then if you do, I'm a 4 power ship that draws 1 Destiny, and then I just get cleared by attrition. So, and then like Marin ship is good, but you still kind of run into similar issues. I don't feel like Hunt Down V's space is durable enough to say that that's like a for sure good plan. It's certainly a plan, like you can definitely do it, but I think it's a little hairy. I think I prefer the Legend side on that, but I don't know. Could go either way. So we've got Darth Tyrannus and First Strike coming down to fight against Rey.
Kyle also spent 2 force to try to deploy another system. And I wonder if he's running a third battleground system.
I
Like
think
maybe an
yeah, I think he must be because spending the 2 force to get the verify is terrible because you can just use your objective. So I think that must have been an on purpose attempt. Yeah, same as true. I mean, there's certainly counterplay to that plan. It's not foolproof on either side. Um, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Hunt Down's not like completely cold to Menace Fades. I don't think that's the case. Um, but I think Menace Fades is like Menace Fades is powerful enough against them. That's like, well, one of the reasons that I would want to play Legend is because I want to play a deck that can satisfy Menace Fades really well, and I think Legend is a deck like that.
Okay, so Tyrannus is hit, but Greg did not flip there.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know why that happened. Kyle
No, so
realizing he forgot to pull secret plans, but he did now, so we're fine now.
I mean, that was a pretty good opportunity. Excuse me, for Greg to flip. So I think that's an interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we were just talking about how it might be challenging to find a spot to flip, and then he just
Right.
didn't. It's also saying he's maybe worried about tie cannons. That's reasonable. Um, Wanting to save the flip for when you are actually protected from, uh, or actually using the weapons protection. I could buy that. Dartyrannus is going to redraw the 4 in hopes of not taking battle damage in a battle he initiated. Oh, and it worked. I don't honestly even know if I think that was good. like, he accomplished something, but
Yeah. He shut out the spades, but um, okay, now he's going to go after Falcon. Moved both ships. I would think so, right?
yeah, only moving one ship doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, let me see.
Yeah, he's going to move.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, I would think you would move both ships, but let's see. He retrieved a rebel leadership. So now he's used both of his Leopolds. So we know the Leia's like on the bottom of his deck right now. Um, I would assume that he's gonna go to ground and then fly away to Kashyyyk. Would be my guess. Um, unless so, I guess the unless here would be that gold leader and gold one is still fine here because you'll get to redraw them, so they'll still only get the one spin destiny, which I think is still going to be like a 6. So like that's not great, but
Well, it'll be a 7.
would it be a 7? Saber one's 6 and
Yeah,
Slave one's
Baron.
5.
Baron has one.
Well, Saber one is 6 though with Baron. Oh right,
Right.
total battle. Let's see from right. No, I understand. I gotcha. Yes.
I mean, the difference between 6 and 7, I think, is well, it could be important here. Actually, Poe is
Yeah.
only
Poe's
6.
only 6.
But yeah, Greg just used his once per game tunnel. Now he has to play Jakku.
Yeah.
Here's the transport.
To get Leia, because we know Leia's in there.
Does it have to be a pilot?
Nope, just any female character. Oh, Rey though. Oh, non EPP Rey. That's cool. I feel like most Legend decks have gone away from the split in recent times, but that might not be the case now, especially if you're running Leia's Resistance Transport, because Rey is certainly a great pilot. So
I've got 9 fours left here.
actually, as I think about it now, I wonder if that's why he didn't flip, is because he needed to use the objective to pull Jakku.
Oh yeah,
Because once he flips, he can't do that.
yep, good point.
I wonder if he's running like the other Octo site. Like a lot of times people run the 1-0 that blocks the damage from Agents of the Black Sun. You could probably make the gamble for this tournament not to do that though, because I don't think I've seen anybody play Agents of the Black Sun this weekend. Uh,
Yeah, Black Suns really fell out of the meta pretty hard.
I mean, I think to me the biggest issue with it is just that there's a fair number of ways now to fight the spies, which was like one of the best ways that you had to go up against light side mains. I thought there was a deck breakdown. I'm going back through to see if there were any Agents of the Black Sun decks. Oh, there it is.
All right, Kyle is basically doing a verify his own deck. Found his other system. No, he just spent 2 fourths to
I'm
look at it. Yeah.
I'm baffled by that. Um,
Okay, I guess he's doing a bad.
okay, I was about to give Kyle just credit for being way better than I am. I was like, is he just like on? He's like on purpose activating past something, and then but still doesn't want to keep that much force active, and doesn't want to draw the cards. I'm like, I don't know what's.
Is he putting force into his use pile so he could pull it with somebody else, or?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, based on the deck breakdown that is publicly released so far, there are uh, there are no Agents of the Black Sun decks in heats 1, 2, or 3. So
All right, so Greg just let Kyle take that back.
yeah.
I guess he meant to click on
Combat response. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so we got Vader and Vader's tie. Vader and Vader's tie to me is like my favorite reason to play a combat response deck right now.
So Haldo is in the Falcon, which is it doesn't let her do thing, right?
She can't do hold on maneuver from here. I kind of assume that Greg didn't intend to have that be an option, because if he did, he could have ship docked after he moved over and like put Ray on the Falcon and Holdo on the Leia's transport.
He's got 5 force saved up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty unlikely that Kyle will battle into him here. Well,
So we got Allegiant General Pride, who I actually like a lot. I think General Pride's real good. So here he'll be adding a Destiny. So, excuse me. So light side or dark side rather will be at 3 Destinies if there's a battle here. And then some other stuff if the Emperor ever comes down, which maybe he will. I don't know.
and that is the premier non-V Vader. So each of those draws is +1.
Oh man, I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah, Vader.
and 3 maneuver. Oh man, this is maneuver 6 now. Oh man, so he's still got to spin 6. Although I kind of feel like you would just draw, right? If your destinies are +1. I guess there might be a limit because like there is an admiral here now, so I actually like really like Kyle's deck. And like I kind of feel like the ground plan is that like I don't know. We've only seen Darth Tyranus so far, but I kind of feel like putting like big Dark Jedi Masters just at the Death Star 2 docking bay is typically what like a set your course deck might want to do.
Yeah, I mean, most of what I've seen is just a bunch of Emperors, and that way you have the sixes
Yeah,
in your deck. The only way they get rid of them is to hit them with a lightsaber, pretty much.
yeah. I mean, I actually like really like Lord Sidious for that purpose too, because like with Lord Sidious, they have to come at you with like Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon, right? Because you can exclude Luke and Rey, and there's no shield now. So so they'd have to come at you with like Luke and or like some combination of two of Luke, Rey, and Chewie, or they have to come at you with like Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon, or I mean like somebody with an actual weapon. And like even Darth Tyrannus is like pretty durable. Like he's not completely immune to attrition, but like
Yeah,
immune
what is
immune 6 is pretty good. So huge buffer Sidious with shields blanked. Yeah, Lord Sidious is a lot better now that you don't get pinged too when you exclude people. So he pulled solo with the site text on the Maz's castle site, um, and then we got Rose and Yoda. So we have battle plan satisfied, and then we're representing some retrieval and a drain. I am wondering if he's gonna regret having not flipped in that battle that happened on the ground, because well, I don't think we're gonna hold on maneuver. Like,
with Anakin in there?
yeah. Is he gonna battle? He would have to have a leadership, right? If he's gonna battle, there's no other way that this is a sane play.
I mean, Greg will be drawing what, two Battle Death?
Greg will be drawing 2. Yes.
Two is +1.
He'll be drawing 2. Each destiny is +1, and the total is +1.
Mm-hmm.
See, the tough part though too is that Leia's resistance transfer doesn't have any immunity, so like he's gonna be presenting losing a fair bit to this battle if he does it.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a pretty epic battle here, I think, if he initiates it.
Yeah. I was actually trying out like a lot of space decks for this tournament, and this is just one I like set your course for Alderaan. I just didn't get to, but I'm liking the look of it. Kyle's calling him out for not fighting.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason for Greg to be battling there.
No, although I still feel like there should be a ship dock that should be happening here that should put the pilot that does something on a capital ship on the capital ship, and
Yeah, just to swap Anakin and Holdo.
yeah. I mean, if you really want, you should actually swap both pilots. You should swap all the pilots onto the other ship, because then both ships would be immune less than 5. So he was playing the 1-0, decided he didn't need it. That makes sense because there's a ton of activation here. And then the BB-8 from reserve. That's probably not a card he wanted to lose, but there's the Forlom that Kyle had pulled earlier to cycle through. Presumably the Emperors that we were talking about, back into the deck.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it seems like Greg is gaining some momentum here. He's just being allowed to set up for the last 2 or 3 turns now, and if Kyle doesn't have enough ground to challenge what seems to be a pretty secure side already, yeah, he'll just put his P59 so he can drain for free too.
Yeah. I almost wonder. I almost wonder about that first strike as to like why he played it on the turn that he did, and if it might have been better to hold it.
Like first strike and draw their fires, like a card that you use when you've already stacked your 2 locations already.
Yeah, I mean, or it's a card that you would play if you like have an opportunity to do a beatdown, as long as your opponent doesn't get to like interrupt you with their defensive
Yeah.
cards. But it didn't seem like Ray was going to be defended by more than one defensive interrupt, and he had a force saved, so that didn't really seem like that mattered there. And then like uh, Kyle retrieved his starting interrupt, but that didn't really get him very far.
Right.
Um, and then like he caused 1 ping damage, which I guess was good, but mostly I'm thinking like if he can now like he's now in a position where he does need to be maybe a little tiny bit worried about getting like attacked at the places where he's trying to set up on the ground. Um, because like if he can, because the hit and run damage from first strike can make up for the fact that you don't cause battle damage at the Death Star with Set Your Course. So I don't know. That's interesting. I kind of feel like there's not going to be a lot of battles one way or the other in this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Kyle just played his dark maneuvers at the end of his turn.
Got to be stacking a 6, I would assume.
Yeah, I would think so.
He can't quite activate down to it, but it's close.
2 damage there from Greg. I'm sorry, 1 damage and 1 retrieval.
Yeah. True person back. Oh boy. I click on I click on this card as if reading it will tell us anything about what it does. But
A gambler or trooper at a site. I have not seen a gambler or a trooper in Kyle's deck.
Yeah. I do not know. I do not know what's happening there. I mean, I guess like running Stormtrooper Garrison is not like crazy, right? Because like you can put it with the Emperor and then get a drain bonus and an extra destiny. I don't know. Like I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find the reason.
The inside straight of inside straight.
Yeah. I I almost feel like your hope with that card is that your opponent sees it on a verify and then
The
uh
shield.
and then pulls the shield. Yeah.
Yeah, There's no way there's a second copy in there, right?
Not with what we've seen of his deck so far.
All right, so this is kind of another pitfall with set your course is that light sight is just going to move right into your war room.
Yeah. Well, and this is actually exactly the thing I was just thinking about is like Ahsoka can attack P-59 for free, and like as long as she draws a 4, she'll just kill him and then cause a ping damage, cause a retrieval.
Yep. We got to hope that he doesn't draw the 6.
Sure, sure.
I'm not sure if I battle there. I just move her directly into the war room.
I kind of feel like I'd battle. Interesting. So he does have the Tantive. He plays it against Saber 1. Hmm. What do you think of that?
Well, two cards left in reserve deck. I don't know if Greg's going to battle here anyway.
Yeah.
He might just split up his 2 ships there, one to Mustafar to set up the fades and kind of back up the Tantive with the other.
Worth pointing out that he had access to 18 activation and only used 16, so he did keep those 2 cards on purpose. Now, I don't know why you played the Tantive to Jakku, but retrieving Luke's hut is also like not the greatest, but but it's fine. It's a card.
Still has not flipped.
Well, at least here at least he can't flip because you have to have a resistance character in the battle.
Okay.
So.
I thought that.
Yeah. So justified there at least. Yep.
Okay.
He drew a 4.
Oh, the 7.
Yep. That's regrettable.
Yeah, see, I think that's why I think I would have just moved Ahsoka.
Hmm.
I mean, you make him kind of chase you around the Death Star. Like sometimes you satisfy, battle plan, and other times you won't. But it's just another thing to kind of.
Yeah. All right. Are we now gonna put Vice Admiral Holdo on a ship where she does something?
Oh, he's drawing already.
Still no. Okay. I guess in fairness, he actually didn't have 18 activation because he gained 1 when he played Tantive. This is hyperspeed 3. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out if he could make it over to the Death Star with the Tantive, but he can't.
Okay. This is Padme and projection from reserve deck.
Those at least don't seem like cards that are doing a lot for him, so. I wonder if Kyle has more ships in his deck.
And now Greg's 0 is on the top of his reserve deck. No, he used 4th to move.
No, yeah, the 4,
Right.
the Rebel leadership should be on top. So I like that. Using the Set 13 Maul because Set Your Course for Alderaan gives you a non-battleground to deploy to. It actually gives you three of them because you can deploy to Mustafar Castle or the Death Star. You have to put a ship there, so like that's not great. But this Maul's actually like also really good against Legend because they can't use their redraw attacks on you.
So now Kyle can drop 4 Battle Destiny at Jakku.
Four Battle Destiny all drawn at +1 with total +1 now.
Yep.
I hope this battle happens at some point.
Me too. Me too.
The more this game goes on, the more I feel like Greg's in a bad spot because he didn't flip in the battle against Tyrannus on turn like 2 or 3 or whatever.
But like you said, he needed to get the Jakku.
Yeah.
Greg's going to use his Walkling to retrieve the projection.
Yeah. I presume just trying to get a 5 back in because it doesn't seem likely that Kyle's gonna try to do a drain at a planet site. Kyle plays the double back V, but it's just to put it back. Just give up a verify. Double back V actually seems kind of good in this deck because you find Boba Fett or Forlom.
Yep.
It's like not out of the question either that you could run like a EPP Dengar or something against Watcher Step or.
Yeah, I think that would come in pretty handy there. Plays the Dark Maneuvers on his own turn again.
I kind of wonder if he just has like another one in hand the whole time, and that's why he's doing that.
Sure. Alright, Greg can activate 17. And he activates 16.
So down to the projection and the card he spent to retrieve it.
Both players with 12 cards in their hands.
Choose Padme spends the handle to add one to the drain. I was actually wondering if that was the card he had in hand when Rey got attacked, because that's like the greatest card ever when you have Rey. So
Yeah, especially EPP Ray.
yeah. EPP Rey by herself just like stands there and baits them into attacking, and then it's just a disaster.
There's an Emperor shuttle. Interesting.
Oh. I mean, as we said, like Emperor Shuttle's at its worst against this deck, certainly. So okay, General Kenobi. That so that actually will kill Maul with the tracked 5. Because Kenobi can add 1 to it after Maul subtracts 1. I guess Maul's only immune to 4 anyway, right? So. Oh, no, it means 5. Yeah, so that's enough to kill. Oh, or.
Oh, I think we get a flip.
Yes, I would have to assume that we're flipping now.
He's going to pay 2 to retrieve 2 here. Pay 1.
Awkward part about that is that would mean that we're standing and fighting here in space finally.
Does not retrieve the second force with Leia.
Okay.
Plays leadership. To add.
Oh, and interestingly, Kyle's expended both of his grabbers, so we can't grab the leadership. That's interesting because actually, I kind of think leadership is a card I would rather have grabbed over like rescue.
Yeah. I don't know if you play the leadership there.
I mean, I think he has to though in order to crack the attrition.
To get rid of Maul, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Because he can only add the 1 if he's alone. So.
Ooh, okay. So now Maul gets to stay.
Oh no! And he still didn't flip. Oh, but he has the rescue to cancel close call. Wow. Okay, grabbing the rescue makes more sense now, if you're playing close call. Now we're really committed to everything staying on the ground, though. So forfeit Leia, right? Would be probably what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah.
General Kenobi's got to be more durable by himself.
Unless he can use his text.
See, now, unfortunately, man, I don't know. I think there should have been a ship dock happen at some point in here. Because now, like, all the pilots are just on the wrong ships and you can't put them on the right ones.
And there's the hot voyeur tech.
Yeah. Voyeur's a really sweet card when you have, like, Forlom to be able to just keep redoing it. He did at least get to lose the Luke's hut, so that floating 0 is gone.
Wow, there were 3 leaderships in there.
I mean, that's like the whole deck now, right? So.
I mean, what are the odds that Greg has another one in hand?
I actually kind of feel like not that bad.
Yeah, I've seen these legend builds with 5 leaderships.
Yeah, 4 I think is probably the most that I would be at, but I'm not as good as Justin Desai and all these guys, so maybe 5 is better.
Okay, looks like Kyle is activating down to perhaps something he's tracked.
Yeah, that's got to be to something specific.
Maybe the dark maneuvers from his last turn.
Yeah. Oh, I
Muscle.
guess not, since he's pulling with fanfare, and now shuffling the deck. Although I guess he could be activating down to there because he knows like the bottom chunk of cards are all good. See, no escape small. Presumably just put Maul at the dock or at the war room
And
again.
you'll just go back in front of OB.
I presume this battle has to be killing General Kenobi, right?
All right, there's a space battle. Yeah, 4 Destiny for Kyle, 2 for Greg.
Now I presume he's going to use Solo to play a leadership from Lost, because he did peel one to the Voyeur. Meditation. That's a cool one.
So, oh, here comes the TIE cannon.
Well, now you have to flip, right?
Yeah. Although, I mean, it's not the TIE cannon. But yeah, Greg will flip.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't think there's going to be a better opportunity for you to flip at this point.
And pull the Watcher Step Shield here, so that Solo cannot play interrupt from the Lost pile.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would be Kyle's first weapon segment action.
Yeah. I guess in fairness, as I was thinking about it, it's like the whole like hold maneuvering here isn't even good. Like you add 7 to Battle Destiny, and then what? Like you maybe clear like Slave 1 and all of that, but that like does that even accomplish that much?
Yeah. All right, so his first weapon segment action is to cancel pose text.
Yeah, I think you're right on what he should have done.
If he had pulled that shield, we don't get the leadership here.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we haven't seen one yet, but he's got to be running short range combo, right? Like,
He did use his boba,
yeah,
so
he uses boba on something.
that,
It's like he hasn't played one yet, but not playing short range combo in a combat response deck seems crazy to me. And then he would still be getting probably like 12 Battle Destiny.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, there it is.
that's a 6.
And then this draw is going to be at plus probably 2 because I don't know why you wouldn't add to it with Maul. Yeah, so 13 total Battle Destiny if he adds with Maul.
14.
Oh yeah, 14 from. I always forget the 1 from Baron. Jeez.
Well, he did not add with Maul, so that is 13.
Why didn't you add with Maul? Seems wrong.
Yeah, I should have lit up for him with that.
Yeah, it's like it's Gemp too. You can't even like. Oh, I forgot because it was on the. It was like way over here on the table in real life.
Just, Does it have to be a Maul's battle?
Nope. Nope. Maul's anywhere. He just subtracted one, so.
Okay.
Yep, once per turn may add one, may once per turn may subtract one. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't do that. Would it matter? Probably not, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, you just lost Ray. 10 if you have to, wouldn't have.
Yeah, because Rantana would have still been 14. And Boba Fett covered everything? Oh, gross.
Okay, so yeah, I think that letting that leadership go through was pretty huge.
Yeah.
It's been really bad for Greg.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, at the same time, I kind of feel like Greg's in, or I kind of feel like Kyle's in kind of a fine position here. Cause like, oh jeez.
Yeah, 7.
Oh, maybe that's why Maul didn't add one. Is because he wanted to make sure, because he knew that it didn't matter there, and you can only do it once a turn. So he wanted to make sure that whatever he drew would kill Kenobi. That makes sense actually. Oh no. Oh no. That doesn't even kill Gunray.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of like Kyle's position here.
Yeah, you make it 2, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, so Greg is still dealing now 2 on the ground with a retrieval.
Wait, why did he lose his Gunray?
I don't know. He didn't have to.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's been fodder there, but
Yeah, like I don't know how much more like I guess this battle is now better, right? Because he lost Boba Fett, so Slave 1 will die probably. Cuz Poe's also not canceled anymore.
right.
Sure. Foyer again. Why not?
What is 4?
Yeah, Ryan, like that's what I'm thinking. So like losing Newt Gunray makes sense if your plan is to leave that site unoccupied, but if you're gonna move Maul out regardless, then then I don't really get it. Because you like it can't be to avoid a beatdown. That's the whole point of putting your guys on the Death Star document and set your course.
Okay. Also, there was no Finn react in that space battle.
Yeah.
What would that's worth?
Certainly suggests that he doesn't have the fin. I think we saw it drawn for a Destiny somewhere, like way back. So there's like been plenty of time for him to have found it, I guess, but retrieve the General Kenobi. Man, this battle's so rough though, cause like Darkseid's still drawing 3 destinies,
Yeah.
and you can't redraw them because of Maul. Oh, I guess in case you all can't see it, they are both at 6 cards in hand. Kyle has 20 in life force, and Greg has 19. So it's actually like almost as even as it can be.
Yeah, pretty even split of cards on table too, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah, about. Okay.
Then it goes on to transport.
I mean, I presume that that would be happening because Lando's not going to be alive anymore after this turn.
Yeah.
So then it just doesn't really matter which ship he's on.
So Greg gets to draw 3 versus Kyle 3.
Greg's 3 are all +1 though because Anakin's still around. No, the voyeur.
Yeah, I think it's interesting when we go back to playing paper cards again. We're just gonna forget every action that we can take.
Yeah.
6.
So he's got to crack. Well, that's not going to help. He's got to crack 11 to completely clear or to clear his presence.
Another 6.
Yep, that'll do it.
That'll do it. Oh,
Yeah,
13.
may as well subtract 1, but
12.
that still doesn't.
That's not enough.
That still clears the presence. So Dark Time's an interesting card for him to be playing in the.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Presumably General Pride in Slate 1.
Yeah, I would assume it's those that get lost here. Well, he had to do a lot of work, but he did save it. See, now of course it's gonna depend on how much Greg can avoid losing here. Not
Oof.
much.
12 so far. 13, actually.
Hmm. Oh man.
Somebody
Oh
battled. So on the transport, we have 5, 12. That's 20 alone on the transport. I mean, that would have been a good time for a hold maneuver.
yeah.
So you would have had to do that, in your weapons phase, so
Yeah.
Greg would have seen all the trickery coming.
Yeah, you probably don't assume he has multiple close calls and a dark time in his hand, or in his multiple close calls in the deck, and then like all of that in his hand. Dark Side won that battle by like a lot.
I didn't need to use the dark time there.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. No, he did because it was total of 9. So he needed to use the dark time to get it down to.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
Pride was
no,
Slave
no,
1 was.
no. I guess not. Because if you take away the dark time, it's still 10. So yeah, no, you're right. He didn't need to use the dark time.
Falcon runs away.
Yep.
But Faith is turned back on, so 3 damage from Kyle next turn.
Yeah, 3 damage that's being paid for. So you don't grab that, really. Okay. I guess you're hoping to grab the Imperial Artillery, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's sometimes floating around in there. I suppose you could get it with Forlong.
I mean, I guess the idea, right, is that you probably need to save the grabber for that because if you don't, then he will just cycle it with Forlom every turn, and then.
Yeah.
Whereas he like you may not bother doing that right now because you might just lead the floating 7, but yeah. Oh, he doesn't actually have to pay for it. I completely forgot that. Yeah, Maul. Even though Maul can't drain over there, he is satisfying. So
Just 3 cards left in Kyle's hand.
yeah, 3 to 8, but Shaw is losing stuff from hand. So he lost escape pod from hand, fly casual from hand. Sorry, escape pod combo from hand, then alter from reserve. So now we've got, yeah, we've got Mara in ship. With Merrick Steele.
What a hand!
I mean, he's had that Forlom going for a long time, so.
So he put back the. So he played the short range combo on his turn.
Yeah. Oh man, and then Grand Moff Tarkin also.
As Mara Jade is maneuver 7 right now. I wonder if he should have saved that.
I mean, I think he's assuming that he can just draw these destinies, and then it's like, well, I don't actually need to spend drawing 3 destinies is probably going to be enough. So.
There's the fence.
Yeah, right on time.
Yep.
I'm really impressed by this deck's ability to just battle in space, just like power through everything.
Yeah.
Because like quite often, Legend right uh, can just stack up sufficiently. Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty good. Greg did find a rebel leadership, so yeah. On the other hand, Kyle's set up his deck well enough now that he's still gonna crack. He's still gonna crack the immunity because of Maul. I guess he's gonna crack the immunity anyway, but oh right, and Greg hasn't spent his force protection yet. Okay, all right, all right.
That wipes out the 5.
Yep. He can add one. I guess you probably should, but it doesn't really matter. I guess you know that he's drawing 1/5 now, right? So you can just lose Tarkin.
Yeah, I don't think Maul can subtract from that.
Uh,
I don't think it's inconsequential, but
oh no, I think what happened there is Maul subtracted one from the battle destiny. So he was trying, I think, to subtract from force projection,
yeah.
but Maul can't do that, so he subtracted from the battle destiny draw. Greg's agreeing that they can revert that, so that's good.
We'll go back to mid battle.
Yep, and we got to play the leadership still. I don't know why programming wise it's like that, but I kind of wish that when you reverted, it would go back to your action, not your opponent's action. Like,
Yeah. All right. Well, Kyle with no cards in hand now, only two in force pile.
yeah, I mean, after all of this, I kind of think you're right that like uh, playing the short range to put it back in deck seemed like probably not the best thing to do. I guess he might have been checking to make sure there. Well, he should know though if there is anything left.
I mean, that seven wipes out the present of the system. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, suppose
Yeah,
the force
if he just spun the
project.
seven. Yeah, yeah. If he just spun the seven.
Five and probably cross Park in here.
Yeah, it's you probably still lose Tarkin. Like you could just lose Merrick Steel, but I think Merrick Steel's better here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is exactly why like starting the second grabber is great, and you still like kind of wish you had a third one. Like
One card in hand.
yeah, I think that leadership was pretty important, and that's also yeah what like I'm agreeing more and more. That's like I think you're supposed to keep the short range combo because like at this point now, I don't know how much more space Kyle could really have, and now you're just gonna chase the Falcon around forever, which I mean is fine, I guess, but
Yeah.
I kind of
I
think
don't think
your optimal position at this point is probably to park like Vader's custom tie at Jakku, because that's the site that you want him at the location you want him at the least. Okay. So Greg still gets to do his 2 damage here. So I mean, after all of that happened, Greg's actually ahead by one.
I think Greg is in a better position here.
Yeah, I think I could see that.
Walking around and turning on Menace Fades, and he's retrieving one with Rose, which is pretty much uncontested.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you're great. I mean, you're right. This is quite a game, and vastly more interesting probably than another Hitco Hunt Down V matchup.
Yeah.
Although, admittedly, in this pod, it's a lot less likely that we would have run into a Hitco Hunt Down V matchup because there's only 5 of each of them in here. I still think at the end of the day, it's going to have turned out that Hitco and Hunt Down V are the most played decks in the tournament. So I'm like I can say now, like my Bad Batch teammates and I, we were figuring out our decks, and like between the four of us, we played 4 Hitcos and 3 Hunt Down Vs, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't play this year, but I probably would have leaned in that direction as well. Just because, I mean, it's just the easiest, the most accessible, I'd say.
Yeah.
Easiest is not the right word.
Yeah, I mean, Joe was making the point in his stream though that it was like, given that right that like a 6 game heat on Gemp took like 11 hours, 12 hours to play. Um, it's actually like kind of reasonable to have chosen these decks because right like everything that we've seen here right like the intricacies of like where you deploy and how and all of the stuff that you have to do with legends and like the things that you'd have to do with ISB and things like that. Joe was saying he was saying like, do I want to do that for? Do I want to grind through 3 2-hour games with ISB,
Right.
or maybe I'll just put Vader in a site and drain for 3 every turn and see what happens. Like, and obviously it's not that simple, but I mean, oh, we got Lord Sidious going to the Jeddah site. I wonder where that projection of the Skywalker is now.
Well,
We've,
I mean, Greg knows where it is. I sure.
yeah, we finally found a
Um,
use for it. So
yeah, that'll be another damage for Kyle, but fresh the game here.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I think Kyle's going to be doing 3 to 4 damage a turn, with one of those being retrieved.
hmm.
Uh,
This is interesting. I actually don't think I would stack them up like this. I think I would just put Saber 1 at Kashyyyk.
yeah.
Right, like you're like Greg's not going to attack Vader because Poe's just going to get his text canceled, and then this battle's terrible, right? Like you might even get the Falcon shot down if you fight.
He might be wary of the gold leader. Although, I mean, that's just
I mean, I don't know,
you know,
maybe, but he's got a million force to leave back if he wanted. Like I don't know. I wouldn't have given Greg a window to be able to satisfy Menace Fades.
yeah, agreed.
Like I just don't see the benefit in stacking here.
Greg's going to leave one force.
Who would this be a battle against? It's got to be Maul, right? What do you think of landing on Octo? So that's fine. I think so. The biggest issue that I'd have with landing on Octo is mostly just that I don't. You don't have quite enough space. Like I think you would be then having to leave yourself in a spot where um where the Falcon has a place to run.
Yeah,
I would rather just put my 3 ships at the 3 systems and be like go for it. Like
yeah. I mean, each of those 3 dark side ships is formidable enough.
yeah. Well, and
So
you've shown the heavy fire zone already. So attacking into Baron is potentially just a disaster. And then like either one of the other ships I think just takes the Falcon down. So yeah, I don't think landing on Octo is the way that he's going to win this game. Although I don't know, man. Like he's still behind and not doing as much damage. And he found the BB-8 now. I do wonder if Greg, or not Greg, if Kyle has any other ground.
Well, we've seen the P-59.
Yeah,
We've seen it.
So
Now the city and all out there.
yeah, like Maul's committed, Mara's committed, Vader's committed. We've seen the Tyrannus. Like, who else could there be? There could be like Aura Singh, right? That's what I'm thinking about is the Yoda move. Is like there there could be an Aura Singh, there could be a Kylo Ren. I'm just trying to think of when Greg might think it's safe to move Yoda in front of Sidious to block that drain. Because I think we're close to that point, but we may not be there yet. So, because certainly the way that Greg could lose this game is he could lose the ground site he's stacked at. Man, as I think about more, like at the same time though, if he has a Kylo Ren or an Aurasang, like, wouldn't you just attack anyway? Like Kylo Ren just gets in there, kills Rose, and then dies to attrition and whatever, right? Like, and you do a ping with first strike. Like that would have been good enough, like this whole game, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean those three guys have been at the antechamber pretty much the whole game.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. So I was like, I actually don't even think he needs the Gick, right? Like if it's like EPP Kylo covers 13 without a Gick. Like, do you and your opponent doesn't have a weapon to reduce your forfeit, so like I don't even think you would need the Gick here to do that battle. And there's no way with what's left in your deck that you're missing Rose, so you get to cause an extra ping there. I don't know. I mean, all of this is mostly to say is like I kind of think Greg should be able to ascertain. When
Well,
did he retrieve those?
yeah,
Wait, when did he retrieve those?
I don't know.
Is he just running two of each? That would be wild. I really don't remember those getting retrieved.
Retrieve the Boba for sure.
Man. So he might have retrieved the Boba Fett from the battle.
He retrieved the Slave One for sure.
Okay. And then he probably retrieved because he lost the Boba when he got attacked, right? And then he would have retrieved it when he battled back the following turn. Okay. All that makes sense then. All right.
Yeah, I guess we just missed it.
Yeah. For a second, I was just like, wait.
All right, so now he's got all his battleground systems covered.
Yes.
So now no more Menace Fades, at least until Greg can get rid of one of them.
Now, I don't think I've ever really seen this happen before. The bow would get redeployed after it gets used. Yeah, it's still a once per game though, so you still can't do that. Okay. Shaw plays a rebel leadership just to verify. That seems interesting. I think having found both of those puts Kyle back into a good spot now, right? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
Because now he's doing 4 damage back against taking 3, retrieve 1. That's actually not good. But he's also now still in a spot where the Falcon can't go anywhere.
But does he have enough force left to win the damage rate? I should say life force left.
Now, amusingly, this is actually where I think I would have moved him differently. I think I would have put Saber 1 with Boba Fett and Vader over at Jakku. And the reason being, I think Vader can take the Falcon by himself.
Yep.
But Saber 1, so Saber 1 can as long as you can spin. Right? Because if you can spin the 6, that's enough to clear the presence. But if you can't be sure that you're going to draw a 6, which Kyle maybe likely can, but not certain, I think I would rather have Vader by himself, because Vader by himself can definitely take the Falcon.
Yeah.
And then obviously Mara and Chip can take the Falcon because they just draw 2 destinies.
But I mean, there's still a few leaderships.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, he did need the projection still to be able to get around Maul. Like, Maul being in there makes it tough to attack anybody. I don't know. That's equally true for Baron though. I don't know, but he has to have the leadership right in order to crack Mara. Or I guess in order to survive against Mara. Is really more what I mean. Like here, right, the Falcon just has to run to Jakku. And then I don't know if Kyle's attack is good enough to clear the Falcon after he does that. Life Force count was Greg is, well, having just played Hera now. Greg is down to 13 in Life Force and 4 in hand against 6 in Life Force and 5 in hand for Kyle. So Greg is ahead by actually kind of a fair bit here. Man, Vice Admiral Holdo has been piloting the ship that she doesn't add anything on for the whole damn game.
She's doing work though.
Oh, she's done work. I just feel like she should have been a passenger for most of the game. Like, I don't.
I mean, she's still piloting.
Yeah.
He hasn't switched them.
Yeah, he hasn't switched her the whole game. It's not even a move that costs force. I guess if you're concerned about such things, Kyle is ahead on time by 7 seconds, so that's probably not going to come up. They are both down to just about 14 minutes, so we're getting down to it, but I kind of get the feeling like this is going to be enough time. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot happening in this game. I think the biggest thing is that like it's not like somebody's been playing real slow or anything. Like they've both been going at about an equal clip. Actually, it's like the most equal that I've seen almost. Like they're both within 30 seconds of each other.
I've seen 2 reverts.
Yeah.
All right, and we're gonna get 4 damage. Oh, 5 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, because of Menace Fates is not. Yeah, 5 damage. Greg loses from hand Bail Organa and General Kenobi. The Yoda move has to be safe now, right?
Mm, I think you have to. I don't know if it's guaranteed that you'll be safe, but yeah, you got to shut off that damage.
I mean, I kind of feel like it's safe just because like Kyle only has 6 force left in his life force, so I don't know how much damage he could do to you if he attacks. Because thing is, like if you lose solo, Rose still works, so she doesn't need to be present with anybody. She needs to be present at a site and another resistance character is on the table.
Yeah.
And if that's no longer true, then I'm pretty sure he's lost. So that's fine. Um, I hope one day Paige can be out of play so that can happen. Um, okay, all right. So we got Image of the Dark Lord. Uh, there was an Alter V, but it was lost a long time ago, so that's no longer a thing.
Yeah, he's already used his solo.
Yep. They verify the reserve deck with the set your course objective. And
Try
I'm
again.
pretty sure Kyle meant to initiate a battle there. That doesn't. Yeah.
Well, now he knows what the order is, but
Yeah, no,
he probably
he meant to battle. Yeah. Shaw's just asking, "What are you doing over there?" They are going to revert that because obvious that was an obvious misclick situation.
they're both going to draw 3 again here. Oh, sorry,
Yeah, I was gonna say no. Kyle's only drawing 2.
I forgot Tarkin was lost.
Yep. But we gotta we he's really got to get that first strike in here. I think that's pretty important. I he's not. He's probably not going to be able to clear the presence though, right? Like, oh no, and another leadership. Oh god.
I wonder if he should have played Voyeur Lost.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe held it and waited and like tried to find, a spot to play it again after a big use pile.
Yeah. I mean, he did find 3 that one time, but I guess he didn't know that there were 2 other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. I wonder if this game is gonna hinge on just like you should have played your Voyeur Lost. Like that's
I
a
mean, that leadership has been just brutal
yeah.
for Kyle.
Yeah, that's gonna clear the ship. Yeah. And I mean, like Greg's gonna lose Hera and Vice Admiral Holdo, right? And then you'd have to keep Poe, I would think.
Yep. And that's
Man,
4 damage from Greg. That's pretty much a third of Kyle's cards left.
yeah. See, now you have to kind of put like Vader in front now, right? Because that putting Vader in front would make it so he just can't. Oh, okay. I was thinking you put Vader in front because that would be a situation that Greg can't possibly battle into,
Hmm?
and you just force him to move. I mean, not that he's likely to move anyway, but I just like I don't. You're low enough on life forces. Like I don't know that you can risk like if he just has some random other character in hand and can just battle into you just to cause first strike damage. Like
Right.
At this point, I don't really know who that character would be, but like it doesn't even matter, right? It could just be Padme or something. Just as long as she has enough, uh, as long as they have enough forfeit to cover whatever your draw is. But yeah, here, like I think he left Greg a window here that I don't think he needed to. But we'll see. It's as close as it can be now, though. They are tied 11 to. They are actually like straight up tied 11 to 11 life force in hand. Like Greg has two more. Greg has two more in life force, but Kyle has two more. Or Kyle has two more in hand. So and he didn't. Greg didn't do. Oh no, it's Greg's turn right now. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. We were
Yeah.
talking about it way at the beginning of Kyle's turn. I was like, oh, he didn't do the Yoda move. It's like, but he hasn't been able to yet. You know, as I think about it more, the Yoda move is terrible. He can't do that because he blocks the drain, but then just sets up a first strike.
Yeah, against in a battle where nobody's gonna. Well, I guess Sidious is a little bit better.
I guess he could go in front of Maul, right? And then he's not covering a drain then, but like Maul can't really attack. Well, but
Right.
Yoda can't attack either though, so no, that's pretty terrible. Yeah, never mind, never mind. Yoda should just stay where he is, I think.
But Yoda is a relocate, so he could move in front of Maul and then move over into the works.
He relocates as a regular move.
Okay.
Yeah, so he relocates for free, but he then can't move after that. Yeah, yeah. He definitely has not used the Yoda move yet, but I don't think he's actually going to now. Man, that first strike that we talked about, like on turn two, or whatever, has actually been pretty influential in this game. Like,
Yeah, you have to. Every move they make, basically, you have to take that into consideration now.
yeah. Well, and it's like why this Boba Fett and Slave One are on the table again. Like, all right. So we retrieved Vice Admiral Holda with Rose. Um, he did his drain of one at Maz's castle, for which Kyle lost from hand, and then he put a card back with Forlom. And then we pinged one with BB-8, which was another card from hand, another short range combo from hand. Kyle has to be pretty confident that his reserve deck is high enough destiny.
I would think so.
Right, because otherwise you would just hold the short range combo so that if he ever attacked, like, so that if he ever leaves Poe in front of anybody, you can just battle, spin, and kill Poe and just be done with it. So Greg's gonna use the Legend objective to check out his
So he's gonna.
deck, and then he's gonna put everything on his force pile. So Serene Qui-Gon. Wow. All right. All right. Oh man, and he can play the meditation, and he has the lightsaber. Wow. All right. All right. Well, that got interesting. Wait. That. Wait. Really?
Yeah. So
That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do this battle? I think he meant to move.
He hasn't said anything.
Yeah, no, they've just gone through all their actions. I don't understand. You know what I wonder is happening here? I wonder if he's doing this to get his presence off the table so that he can't get battled back with first strike. Right, because as we've discussed, right, he's everything is spread out now so that and
Yeah, but
so that any attack is just gonna kill Poe anyway.
why wouldn't you just land then?
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. You could just land at Mustafar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been better. I mean, you
Mhm.
cause a force loss this way, and it's close enough that maybe causing that one force loss is worth it. Because he is up 10-8 now, and like I think he can probably ascertain that this battle is going to win the game. Oh no. Okay, that refresher's fine.
All right. Well, Greg's gonna eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 damage again.
Yep.
No cards in hand, and he has to hope that.
He has to hope that Sidious can't get away from this somehow.
Yep. Very close game. This is a very good game.
Yeah. It's a very close game, and it's exciting that I think it's going to end on a battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess it didn't. You're right. It didn't make a difference for him to land there because he wasn't going to pay to drain if the rest of the game hinged on him winning this battle. So, but Kyle is going to battle into him.
So that he gets to retrieve.
And exclude.
Okay. So by causing that one extra force loss, he now can't pay to lose two. He now can't pay to battle and retrieve with first strike and draw battle list. Like he can't do all of that stuff.
Yep. And he
Okay.
can't do any damage if he wants to.
Well, he still gets to ping with BB-8.
Yeah.
Can I move him? I don't know how. Kyle's asking in the chat. They were joking about the firepower shield, I think, but
Yeah. What am I not seeing here?
yeah, I think Kyle's just joking about trying to move Lord. I don't know how he could possibly move Lord Sidious. Is he trying to land on Octo? Is that what's happening? No, he's trying to move Sidious. I, how? This is not a docking bay. Now Kyle's confused. Okay, I think never mind.
All right, well, I think that's it, right?
It's been a
I
long
know.
game. I think this is where we're at. Um,
I mean, that's
so
5 damage, right? Greg can't do anything about it.
well,
Oh, no, it's Greg's turn now.
yeah,
Okay.
no, it's
I
great. Yeah,
think.
It's Greg's turn now. Although I kind of feel like the solution there should have been maybe to not. I don't know. I don't know what the math is. Maybe he shouldn't have done that battle and then just force pushed when he got attacked. Right? Because now he could still lose to overflow. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was just thinking. Solid Snake, because the force push could be like he might have burned that force push as like half a yeah. I mean, if he has the kick anyway, then it doesn't matter. But I don't even know if he has a Gik in his deck necessarily. Like the way that he's played the game and the cards that we've seen so far would actually kind of lead me to think that there isn't a Gik in the deck at all.
Okay, there's the meditation.
None of that text is going to matter. Cool. Because it does things with aliens, and then if opponent has more characters, yeah, okay, great. All right.
Oh, he didn't have 3 cannon. Five.
What do we get?
3 here. Oh, we didn't get it.
No.
We
Oh
missed.
no. All right, that's got to be the game then. Oh no.
It was
Yeah.
Haldo all along that loses the game for Greg.
Oh jeez. Yeah. That holdo. That holdo. Subtract one. Sure. Why not? Subtract another one. Sure. Why not? I guess in fairness, he wasn't gonna hit with that combination of cards anyway,
Yeah.
right? Because he has the Dark Time and the Maul to subtract 2 from the Rebel leadership, so like it would have had to be 5/5 or something. Um, man, but still, that was quite a game. Just forfeit Sidious anyway, probably. I guess it doesn't really matter.
I don't think so. He's going to do 5 damage.
Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, there's a GG.
Oh man. All right. So Kyle is the winner. Yeah, that was a wild and crazy game. That was, man, lots of stuff happened in there. Um, and it finished on a battle. So yeah, all of that